What is up, everyone? It's Midwest Raider Game Update coming at you real quick for a kind of quick emergency video on the state of the Raiders. A lot of things going on, just kind of wanted to update. Also wanted to talk about the Detroit Monday night game as well, which is kind of what broke everything out this week. And so thanks for tuning in. Just know Midwest Raider Game Update on YouTube. If I watch a game, I'm going to give you a highlight on it. And now I just got some extra news because of all the turmoil that the Raiders are in right now with the new coach. But I think it's a good vibe. It's a good thing. And we're going to talk about it. So let's get into it and just start at the Detroit Lions game. The defense played better. The offense was completely flat, completely stale. From an offensive-minded coach like McDaniels, couldn't produce anything, hasn't produced anything this whole year. Jimmy Garoppolo did not look comfortable in the pocket at all this game. I'm going to give him the excuse that he's actually hurt and that Josh McDaniels was making him play anyways. Hurt, or even if Jimmy said, hey, I can go, but he still wasn't looking good. He's not 100%. He did not look 100%. He's not moving out of the pocket at all. He seriously was a rock in the pocket, and if it got bad, he just went down. And so I don't think he's 100%. So I'm glad that the news that we are going to Aiden, I'm okay with that. Just because he's young, he's a rookie, he's going to take care of the business the best as he's going to be trying the hardest he can because he is a rookie. He wants to make a dent in the NFL. He's got an arm. He can be accurate. He can do a lot of things that we saw in the preseason. I know it's game time now, but he can run the offense. And so I'm excited for him, and I hope he takes full advantage of his opportunity with the first stringers. And you can't tell me that in a meeting when they did announce a new coach and all this stuff that we'll talk about in a second, that they didn't have a meeting with Davante and the receivers and the offense saying, who do you want as a quarterback? And I guarantee they all said Aiden. So it's exciting. So we're going to go there with Aiden to start against the Giants coming up. But just really quick to go back to that Detroit game, the defense kept us in that game, but the offense was just horrible. A lot of frustration, and that really broke the back of the Raiders and the coaching staff and everything. And Mark Davis saying, it ain't working. We're all negative. We're going lower than we are. The Bear game, I mean, we didn't even show up to play that game. We were flat, offense and defense. It was horrible to watch as a Raider fan. We just weren't there. Then the Detroit game, the defense played a little bit better that game, but the offense was still not helping them at all. They played a crazy amount of time. I want to say like 35 minutes of the game. So the defense was gassed. They couldn't keep up, and it is what it is. But they did a really good job while they were doing it. We got a pick six as well by Marcus Peters wearing the 2-4, so that was looking good. But Mark Davis was done. And Raider Nation was done. And we've seen all the hype about Fire McDaniels and all that good stuff. I've never been a fan. I've always thought he's mismanaged so many things. The Derek Carr whole scenario, anything when he talks to the press, he kind of keeps things under the rugs, doesn't tell us the truth. It just has never been upfront with the fan base, in my opinion, or anybody, because he's from a prestigious Patriot way where he, did what he did with them, which was good for them. They did good as a collective, but with everybody by themselves, the only one that's proved themselves at all was Tom Brady. So I never, in my head, and I go back to my old videos, that the Patriot way was our way. It's not our way. We have our own mystique. We have the Raider way. We have the Raider Nation. We don't have the Patriot way. We're not trying to import anything from even if it's just ideas of, play good ball, do this and do that. No. That's still the Patriot way. That is never going to work unless you come to here and say, hey, we're going to implement the Raider way. But once you start saying it's the Patriot way, no, that's not us. You're not going to implement anything from us. I'm glad that we went back to what we know how to do. We're the Raiders. We're the black and silver. We're committed to excellence. We're just win, baby, by any means necessary. We're going to make you feel that we are the Raiders. We're going to play hard. We're going to hit you. We're going to even play a little dirty sometimes, but we're going to be fast. We're going to throw deep balls. We're going to hit you with the ground game with somebody that's going to hit you. So that is a physical Raider way. And, Mr. Al Davis said that himself, with great coaches comes great players, in a good team, and it's just one baby, that type of stuff. That's ours. And you just need somebody to come in and stay with that and kind of motivate people to be like that. And I just saw a little promo from Marshawn Lynch. You guys look it up. It's on a short, but he talks about the Raider way, kind of. And he says, the Raiders, no matter win, lose, or draw, we're going to come in and you're going to feel us. You're going to know that you just played the Raiders. And so, just win, baby, is going to be physical and those types of things. And I'm glad that the new coach coming in, Antonio Pierce, and Champ, the new general manager, that they're going to come in and they're going to handle things as such. He's going to be more of a player leader than a coach, in my opinion. He's going to let all the coaches that are on the team do their thing. But that's good, because we needed some kind of new energy in this building with the Raiders and the Raider Nation. And I think that's the breath of fresh air that they needed. And I'm glad that Mark Davis took it on himself to talk to the players about what needed to be done. And evidently, the coach needed to be X'd. And that's what happened. And so all the players unanimously said, yes, that's the problem. He hasn't kind of fulfilled. He's an offensive coach, and our offense is just junk. So hopefully we can't really change his whole system, but hopefully we can start implementing what works with the players. I think he really would call his own. He's like, this should work with the players that we have, not with the player. What do the players do best with my playbook? Instead, it was, I'm going to take my playbook and they have to do the plays I want with my playbook. Not what you should be doing is saying, okay, Davante Adams does this awesome. What in my playbook works with what he does awesome? And what works with what Hunter Renfrow does awesome? I'm going to pick those plays. I'm not going to pick the plays that I want. I'm going to pick those plays for those players to be successful. I don't think that's the way it was. And I never liked the way he did Derek Carr, so that's a whole different story. I always get mad when they, all the people out there, the news and the broadcasters all talk about how many coaches we've had, and yes, we've been dysfunctional. But technically, we would still have John Gruden if John Gruden wouldn't have got X'd. And John Gruden had us going I don't care what a lot of people say. John Gruden had us going in the right direction. Now, as a coach, as a person and whatever, all that kind of stuff, that's up in the air, whatever. He would have been still our coach. He had a 10-year contract, and he had us in the right direction. Who knows what would happen if we would have kept him. Rich took over the team for him, and he took us to the playoffs with John Gruden's team. We were a good team at that time. And ever since Josh came here and tried to do his mix, it just didn't work. Like I said, Patriot way is not the Raider way and never will be, even if you just call it the Patriot way and it's just ideas. No, we don't take anybody else's crap. We are the Raiders, and we have our mystique, and it's the Raider way. So that's kind of my point on that. State of the Raiders, like I said, this has been kind of the video. We do have a new coach. I'm excited for Antonio Pierce. Like I said, he's going to be a leader of men, a coach for the players to motivate them for each position and motivate the coaches. Then, the main planner behind it, you know what I'm saying? He's just going to be the motivator. And it looks like he can do that. In that press conference, he motivated me. I wanted to get on the field and start to do something, man. I'm like, where we need to go, man? You need a water boy, man? I serve it up. I wanted to go fight for him in the presser. So I'm excited for the changes. He does have some experience. It's not crazy. Most of the coaches that we have in the building have some pretty decent experience as well. The offensive coordinator, Bo, I'm a little concerned about that, but we'll see what he can do without I hope he just, like I said, does plays that our players do well. Goes from what the players do well, not what he wants to call for plays. So we'll see. I don't want to get too in depth because I really want to see what we do against New York. It's going to be really how are the coaches going to respond, how are the players going to respond to the coaches, and how the players are going to go out there and play. So I'm really interested to see if they're going to perform the way they're supposed to. It looks like they were all happy in the locker room. Seriously, they said, they said all the right things, but at the same time, I saw a lot of smiles in the locker room. Renfrow had a smile. Devontae had a smile. There's a little bit of vibing going on in that Raiders locker room that wasn't there earlier. You could just see a lot of frustration, and now at least there's some smiles, some happiness, and hopefully it pulls the team together just a little bit more, and we get to where we need to be, where this team can be. There's a lot of talent on this team, in my opinion, even though people don't say that. I really think there is, and all they need to do is just get it together enough, and we can make a little bit of run here. So let's see what happens in the next couple weeks. Like I said, every game I'm going to give you a little recap, but don't want to get too much into this. I don't want to get ahead of myself, say something crazy. But I'm excited for what's going on. I'm happy with the interim coach decision. Happy with Mark Davis' decision to get rid of Josh McDaniels and Dave Ziegler. I'm happy that the players are in a good spot right now, I think, and hopefully it's enough to propel some momentum and get this team moving. So thank you so much for tuning in. Let me know what you guys think. I want to know. Lay some comments down, all that kind of stuff. We'll talk some football. And that's all I got for you right now. Like I said, after the next game, I'll make another video and let you know where we're at and what I think. Let's see ya. Let's go Raiders. Let's hit up them Giants. Let's play for the coach. Let's play for the team. Go Raiders, Raider Nation. Just win, baby. Raiders.